people are accustomed to the idea of studying law in a law school. But ours is a legal program housed in a university that's primarily about social sciences and humanities. So it may seem a little intriguing initially to think about what the study of law has to do with the social sciences and humanities. And that is really what our school is about. We believe that law is too important an activity as well as an area of knowledge to be left alone to lawyers. Lawyers typically study the law through what is known as the black letter law approach or the doctrinal method, where they focus on a relatively narrow domain of technicalities. But law is a human endeavor which is much wider, much vaster, and much more interesting than being reduced to a set of rules or technicalities. And the philosophy of the school is really in a way to look at the law from the perspective of sociology, history, economics, political science. So we offer two programs. Our flagship program is an MA in Law, Politics and Society, which is an effort to bring together an interdisciplinary conversation on what legal studies in India might be about. To give you a concrete example of this, we offer a course which is on legal methodology, but it's a course that looks at how, in a way, lawyers interpret a case. How may someone from political science read the same case differently? What are the societal impacts of that case? How do we read it from a literary perspective? Or to take an example of another course, we also offer a course which is on law and literature, where the presumption is that law is necessarily a linguistic discourse and it resides in language, much like literature does. And yet, literary interpretation and legal interpretation are seen to be vastly different activities. And the course asks what it might mean to think of them as having a fruitful conversation with each other. The aim at the school has been to, in a way, create a home for interdisciplinary legal studies and to create an intellectual home for research and scholarship in this domain. We've always been experimental in the kind of program as well as the kind of courses that we offer. So we have a course, for example, which is on law and emotion. Again, two terrains that would not necessarily be thought of as belonging together. But the fact of the matter is that if you take law doesn't operate just through the domain of reason and rationality. It resides in the world of emotion, affect, and is a deeply kind of turbulent emotional affair. So if you take something like murder, very often murder is prompted by acts of rage, acts of unreason, and these are all, in a way, the emotional bedrock of the law. So for us, the excitement at our school is to be able to systematically approach some of these questions and to show that not only is it productive to have a conversation across the disciplines, but it's absolutely necessary that having a historical sensibility, having a sociological understanding, or having a political approach to reading the law actually enriches our understanding of the law. And that's the main philosophy behind the school.